Good afternoon, happy Thursday, sirs and ma'ams. Did you check out my video on mental health yesterday? Because if you didn't, after this you're going to want to hop on over to that one because I think there's a lot of points in there that you'll agree with. Now let's get into today's video, and recently there was a poll. Ha! Gay! And it polled different parties, Republican, Independent, and Democrat, on how proud they are to be an American, right? And I gotta say, even during the Biden administration, when all this crap was going on, borders being taken over, billions of dollars sent to Ukraine, I was still proud to be an American, right? Because that's what I believe. I believe that I am lucky to be the 4% of the Earth's population that was born here in the United States, right? So yes, I am, and I will always be proud to be an American. So let's check out this poll, shall we? But first,
time on base at Camp Lejeune prior to 1988.
No, I'm just kidding. Did you serve our country? If so, put your branch down below. I'd like to thank you for your service. Now, let's get to this poll. All right, on to the poll from newsgallup.com, right? So, pride in being an American by political party 2001 and 2005. Now, it looks like it started in 2001, and we know what happened then, right? And it looks like everybody was pretty proud to be an American at that moment in time. And the Democrats were up there with the Republicans, about the same, right? Now we go down the timeline, and man, 2015, it just slumped for Democrats, right? I wonder why.
You're fired. Get out of here.
It stayed pretty balanced with the Republicans. And in 2019, it dropped. We know why. And 2024 started to rise. We're at 92, and Republicans are at 36. And I do believe that means 92% of the people polled that consider themselves Republican are proud, and 36% of the Democrats that were polled consider themselves proud to be an American. Now, to know why these numbers are so astronomically different, right? Because presidents don't really, it doesn't matter with the Republican Party who wins, who loses, you know what I mean? Because we're all still winning because we are American citizens, right? And we all bleed red, period. Now, to know why the Democrats are so upset, let's go over to TikTok and see what they have to say.
Conservatism, just trying to understand you a little bit more. So, regulating food and making sure that the food and water and things like that we consume and put in our bodies, that's government overreach, and that is fascism, regulating the goods and services that we use. Giving more money to the police who use violence and weapons to uphold the unjust laws.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Put in place by that government, not government overreach. Explain.
Yeah, that's enough internet for me for the day. And the first comment on this video is, you tell him, dude. That's hilarious. This is why we have the freedom of speech, because we could tell a guy that he's an idiot. I mean, you guys seen my intro. Do you think Kensington could use a little bit more police? I mean, where else in America can you find somebody so cracked out of their mind that they pass out in the street in puddles of water? They're laying there on street corners and no one cares. You're watching drug deals go on. You're watching people defecate in the street. I mean, if I lived in those cities, I don't think I'd be pretty proud to be an American either. Maybe that's the whole reason why. I mean, what small town would allow people to openly do crack and just say, as long as you're doing it safe, we're fine? I mean, we know why the modern liberal is so upset. Well, they didn't get their way because these people want free health care. They want free education. They want free clothing, free food, free everything, and they don't want to put in any of the work to do it. I mean, these people are a bunch of meme monsters. All right, now let's hop on over and listen to a liberal that is considering switching over to the Republican side.
I'm not even a Republican, but every time someone on the left opens their mouth right now, like, I am this close to becoming a Republican. When I hear the words, no human is illegal, coming from a group of people that more than likely own fucking passports, like, I'm this close to putting a MAGA hat in my cart. Like, I am trying to be reasonable, okay? I am trying. I have very leftist views, okay? I don't like guns. I believe in trans rights. I believe that if you're a consenting adult, you can do whatever the hell you want to with your body. But when you start replacing words like mother with birth giver, and you see people like Gavin Newsom calling his own wife the first partner of California, like, I can feel my soul applying for an NRA membership. Like, I have traditionally leftist views, okay? I recycle. I believe in clean energy. I believe in healthcare for all. I understand and acknowledge that racism is alive and well in America today. But when I ask for something as simple as border security and you start throwing out words like racist and fascist and bigot and authoritarian, I start Googling where to buy a fucking F-250. And I don't even like trucks. I hate trucks. I would never drive a truck. But the way you guys are acting is literally making me want to do something so cringe, like fly a giant American flag off of my front porch. And don't even get me started on 4th of July. Oh my God. Every time that a leftist says that they're not celebrating 4th of July or that 4th of July is canceled, I promise you another piece of American flag clothing gets put in my cart. I mean, maybe at this point I should thank you for reviving my patriotism, because every time you open your mouth, I become more and more of a patriot for this country.
And welcome aboard. Glad to have you. We may not agree on everything. But we're not going to hate you for your opinion. We might dislike your opinion, but we're not going to dislike you simply because you have an opinion that differs from ours. Now, you may not like what I'm about to say, but I'm going to tell you why I'm proud to be an American. Now, I'm proud to be an American because I understand the hard work that goes into being American. I understand that there's a lot of people that came before me to fight for this country, to fight for our freedom, to fight for this constitutional republic, this experiment. It may not be perfect, and it does have a battered history. But at the end of the day, we're not striving to be perfect people. We're striving to be the best that we can be for each other. Why? Because we're all family. And right now, as we speak, there's a farmer out in his field working, right? So he can provide for his family, and so he can provide for your family through years and years and generations of people who just purely love to farm, right? And right now, there's a police officer out on the streets. I mean, not in Kensington, but there's a police officer out on the streets that wants to protect you. Right now, there's a soldier standing watch somewhere because he or she signed up to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. And why do we respect our flag so much? Why do we never let it touch the ground? Well, because we know what it means, and somehow this isn't being taught anymore. We know that the red means the blood that was shed. The 13 stripes, we know exactly what they mean. They symbolize the first 13 colonies that stood up against the British rule and formed this beautiful United States of America. The 50 stars. It represents every state in our union. The 50 states in our union. Not every state besides California. No. The 50 states currently in our union. The blue, the field of blue, well, it represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice. And the white, that represents purity, innocence, and high moral principle upon which this nation was found. Yeah, and as for the liberals, they've forgotten this. They have forgotten this. But I'll tell you what, they are proud to tell everybody how ashamed they are to be in a country that has given them everything and asked nothing in return but service. But service. It just wants you to work for a better tomorrow for every U.S. citizen. Under the law and under the Constitution. You know, as for me, I'm going to continue to be a proud American citizen and a patriot to this country. For the rest of you, I hope you enjoyed this segment. I hope maybe you learned something. If you didn't and you got a chuckle out of it, that's great too. That's what matters. That's what matters, that you have a great day. You get outside, you do some PT, you hydrate, and you change your socks. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.